What up, everybody? I'm Coach Mims, and welcome to another segment of In Between Sets. Today we have on our show, we have Jordan Miller, aka J Boogie is my nickname for him. He had one of the most outstanding games this past Thursday they played, and we're gonna chop it up with him today and find out what was going through his mind when he was having one of the awesome games that he had. So stay tuned, be on the lookout. But for now, check out this video with All right, guys. So check out this first play or this first clip, and we're gonna talk you guys through it. All right, J Boogie. So that was a nice handoff, nice fight. So let's pause it right there. So what was going through your mind when you walked up? Like, give us a typical like, how do we say this? Give us your look on the field. So when you went up to the line after the play was called and everything like that, you went up to the line. Like, what did you see on that particular play, as far as how the defense was shifting and moving?
So like after we broke the huddle, I saw that the linebackers, like there was going to be a little gap if everybody like did their blocking assignments.
Yeah.
So it was there, but what happened was one of our linemen fell, and then so I had to jump over him, and then by time I jumped over him, I couldn't stay long in the air because if I did, I would have got like cracked by the middle linebacker. So I just stuck my head and
just stuck your head and got going. Because basically that play was, designed, like you said, the lineman fell.
Yeah.
So you had to improvise and do what you do, and make something happen. Because that's actually was, and I'm glad you pointed that out. That actually was probably a 1.5 yard loss if you didn't improvise and did what you did. So that was pretty good. That was actually really, really good. All right, so let's go into the next play.
All right.
Okay, let's pause it. So on that play there, it looked like from me, looking at the film, it looked like everybody got their blocking assignments, and that was a really big gap, a really big hole for you to explode through. And what I liked about it is you exploded through it. It wasn't no shimmy shaking and dancing, like you exploded through the hole. So let's talk about that play real quick.
Well, I knew those wheels on the wide side, so once I got it, once I saw a hole, I knew I had to like hit it as fast as possible so people couldn't close in. So once I hit it, I got up, but then the guy, he dove at my legs, he got a hold of it, and then the safety came down. And I saw him coming down, so I hit a spin move, but he still had a hold of my legs. But if he didn't, I probably could have broke that.
Right. Okay. What I like about that is I love that you, like I said, from point A to point B, like you explode, you hit the hole, and the spin move actually gave you another probably 1.5 to 2 yards. I know a lot of times when we talk about it a lot of times off camera when we're in training, we talk about that spin move. That was something that we really worked on this past off season. And I told you have to lower your shoulder and really, create that contact. And by you doing that on that specific play, it gave you an extra 1.5 to 2 yards, which was really, really, really good. All right. So let's go on to the next play. that was all daylight.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it, because I'm gonna mess with you on this. That was definitely a touchdown.
Yeah,
but you did what? He had the angle on you, and you continue. If you would have just cut back, you would have walked in the end zone.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that on that particular play. Like, what was going through your head, after the huddle broke and everything like that? For me, it looked at like everybody, once again, the line did a tremendous job of blocking everything in front of them and not doing nothing exotic and nothing extra. Like, everybody just did their blocking assignment and held their man for a half a second, and you did what you did. Once again, I can't stress this enough for a lot of young running backs. You don't need to dance. Once you see a hole, you hit it, be explosive through it. And that's basically what you did on that. So talk to us a little bit about, like, after you hit that hole and you really didn't see anybody. Everybody was basically in your rear view mirror. Yeah. So talk about that.
So after I got the toss, the guy dove on my feet, so I hopped over it, but I didn't try to stay in the air as long as possible because I saw like a lot of daylight. I knew that the backside corners was coming. So once I did that, I just took off. And then I didn't realize that dude had an angle to me till last second. I was like, oh snap. So I just kept running.
And you got what you can get.
Yeah, I got but I probably should have
cut back.
Or if I switched the ball, I could have probably stiff arm or something like that. But I just saw daylight, so I just booked it.
But not knowing that he was coming at that angle. But that's one of the things that I like to talk to you young guys about, is everybody will see this play and they'd be like, oh my gosh, like, man, you did a tremendous job. But for me, I like to give y'all the little, what I call golden nuggets. And the golden nugget to that Pacific run would have been like, yeah, it was a good run. But it would have been a more better run if you would have did what? If you would have hit him, switched the ball, hit him with a stiff hand, or you would have just cut back on him. That would have made it a walk-in touchdown. So those are the things that I like to talk to you guys about. So let's roll the next play. Let's talk about the next play.
Okay.
So here you're lined up in a slot, reverse around. Okay. Let's pause it right there. So you came out of the backfield, you line up in the slot. So let's talk us through that particular handoff that you did, because it was an inside handoff, right?
I believe so. So I got the handoff, and I was running. I saw there was stalk blocking, so now I saw a space, so I cut it up. But then everybody started coming in. But then on the right side, I saw like the lineman working up to block, I guess, to the second and third level. So I knew I had some clearance there, so I cut back to the inside. But then one of the defensive linemen jumped and worse collared me, so it kind of brought me down. But if that didn't happen, I would have probably went all the way across the field and could have broke it to the touchdown.
Right. So on that particular play, what do you think you could have did better on that particular play?
Maybe instead of like when I was reading, because the reason he called me was because when I was reading, I guess I wasn't moving as fast as I should have been moving probably. So if I would have kept my feet and like read it faster, if that makes sense, he wouldn't have been able to caught me from the back.
Right.
And then I could have done something.
You should have created more distance. At your angle should have been more wide. Once you broke through, your angle should have been a little bit more wider, but you ran it more inside.
Yeah.
And that's why you got caught up. Remember, we always talk about it. We want to get to what? The outside. So we would have got to the outside. You already broke through. If you would have got more to the outside, you would have created that separation, and he wouldn't have been able to take that strong angle on you and tackle you, because you were more to the inside, if that makes any sense. So that, in my opinion, that's what I would have made that run legendary. What we always say, legendary. If you would have broke out and you would have kept that angle towards the sideline, it would have been, his closing angle would have been more distance from you. And with your speed, that would have been a couple, at least 10 more yards. All right, so we're gonna talk about this play. You lined up in the slot on this particular play. Y'all are on, what are y'all on? Y'all on the 8, 10.
It might be, is it 5?
Yeah, it's 5. So you guys are lined up on the fly. The 5. You guys are in the spread formation. So let's roll it and talk about it. Nice little out route, boom, in there. All right, so let's pause that. So in that particular play, you line up. You guys are in spread on the 5-yard line. So walk us through, like, what did you see from the defense that would make you run that route a particular way? Because it wasn't the typical. When you run an out route, is anywhere between 5, in my opinion, is anywhere between 5 to 7. You ran that at a 3.5. So what made you make the adjustment to run it at 3.5?
Well, I saw that the guy that was playing me was playing far off. And then I was like, as long as if the corner bails and runs, that once I turn around, it will be right there right away. So once he said go, I just try to get upfield as fast as possible and hurry up and turn my head around. And then when that happened, he threw the ball and I caught it. And I knew the guy was going to be behind me because he was playing so far off. So I knew I just had to run as fast as I could.
That's what, not to cut you off, that's what I couldn't figure out. You guys are on the 5. And the DB is already, he went even further back into the end zone. It's like, why didn't he come up and play press? If he would have come up and played press, that would have changed your whole look of everything. So when he played off, you were like, all I need is 3.
So it's like,
if I get 3, if I run this at 3, I can basically almost walk in because the ball is going to come out just like that. Excellent route by you, man. That was a legendary route to recognize where you were at that particular time. That was really, 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 really good. All right, guys, we're going to take a short, not commercial break, but enjoy this this clip of this workout, and when we return, we'll talk about the rest of Jordan Miller, aka Jay Boogie. We'll talk about the rest of his night that he had, and as you guys can see so far, it was a really good night for him. So enjoy this workout clip, and we'll be right back. All right, Jordan. So in this play right here, this is actually one of your touchdowns. You had 2 of the night. So let's watch this. All right. So let's talk about that touchdown run, because I'm going to tell you my opinion of what I think of the touchdown run, but let's hear from you first. So what was going on in that particular play?
So when we broke out the huddle, we realized that Glasgow, they wasn't all the way prepared yet. Setting up, so the QB called it to hurry up. So once he snapped, I saw that all I had was one person to beat. So as long as if I can make him miss, it would just be it would be all green from there. So once I got the ball and made it to the left, I made the cut on the guy. I set him up though. I did I don't really know how to explain it. I kind of
you fake outside,
and then
went inside.
And then I saw the guy trying to catch me, and I was like, I can't let him catch me again. Then I just took off and then
turned on. Went to the level 2 burst on him. All right, so this is what I saw. Me being a coach and reviewing the film, I saw once again, man. I saw a good push off the ball from the lineman, which was really good. I saw you exploding through the hole, not doing a lot of dancing, and I saw you actually, like you said, you set up that move. So for me, it was legendary because you set that move up. It was like your body already knew what it was going to do. So you went and act like you were going to go run all the way to the sideline, and then you cut back at the last minute. So you got that linebacker to turn his hips. And then when you cut back at the last minute, it was just too late. And like you said, you just turned on the burners and you were out. So man, kudos to you, man. That was a really, really good run. That was really, really good field vision, man. If you want to know what a true running back is supposed to do, how he's supposed to hit the hole, that's one of them clips that you continue to play back, because that was perfect, man. You couldn't draw it up. You couldn't do anything different. That was a really, really good play. I have nothing to critique on that at all. That was absolutely a perfect run, man. Good job by you. All right, so let's watch this next clip. So that's you line up in the tailback. Boom, a delay handoff. Okay. So let's talk about that one, because I got some stuff that I saw. Let's see what you saw. So walk us through that one and what you saw.
So yeah, I got the ball and I saw it wasn't a huge. It was a like a. It was a pretty. It was a good sized hole, so I hit it, and then I saw it was like people all around me, so I just kept going straight, and then I had to do like I wouldn't call it like a high step over kind of sort of jump,
Hmm.
and then there was more people ahead of, so I just tried to get as many yards as I could, and uh and we were back a little bit, so I was trying to get the first down, but yeah.
Okay.
So,
So this is what I saw on that particular play. I saw a delay handoff, which was really good. I saw you, as soon as you got the handoff, you hit it, you burst. But what I didn't like is you kept it towards after you hit the hole,
mm,
beautiful hitting the hole. But once you saw that linebacker walk down, you should have got to the sideline. If you would have cut it back and went towards the sideline, that would have got you an extra 5 to 8
mm,
yards. So that's what I saw in that particular play. Like I said, I love the delay handoff that it was. I love the way you hit the hole. That was beautiful. If anything I can critique is keep that field vision. Keep that set up, that like the previous clip that we looked at, how you set up that move before
mm,
it even happened. If you would have did the same mind, if you would have had the same mindset and did the same thing there, man, there's no doubt that you would have got an extra 8 to 10 yards, or maybe even a touchdown. So
mm.
that's what I saw in that particular play. All right, so let's roll the next play. So we got a tall sweep. Okay, so let's talk about that one. I'll tell you mine's after you tell me yours. What you were thinking and what you saw on that particular play to make basically something happen out of nothing.
So once I got the ball, it wasn't much, but I knew like if I stayed behind my blockers and just was patient, that something was gonna open up. So
Hmm.
I was staying patient, and there was a little hole, so I hit that. And then when I got up like towards the top, I had another blocker, and he was blocking the corner, I believe it was. So I
Yeah.
just tried to stay behind him as long as possible to get as many yards. And then after that, I broke off and I got a few more. But then yeah.
Yeah. So what I saw on that play, I saw basically, like you said, you saw a little bit of daylight. You hit it. You were very patient with that run. I don't know who the blocker was blocking downfield. I think it was number 44.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember, but uh, whoever that was blocking downfield, man, excellent job for you, because you earned him another, I would say, another 5 yards out of that. Blocking downfield is man, that was a good job. That was a good job of you holding that block, because you were able to get another 5 yards out of that. So that was awesome. So that's what I saw on that play. You basically made something out of nothing with that little bit of daylight that you had. Um, Really, really awesome run, man. All right, so let's roll the next clip. Let's look at it. Mount it up on them boys. All right, so that was the that was the last one
Mm.
of the night. Um, that particular one was really, really. I would like to see you stretch that a little bit more. That's what
Mm.
I saw out of that. Tell me, what did you see out of that?
I was just thinking, I can't remember what we were on, but we didn't need much to get the extra 2 points. So I
Hmm.
was like, I saw something and I knew like if I just put my shoulder down that I could get it. So I just cut it up and then just went for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I didn't extend it to the outside.
really. That was pretty good. Overall, what I saw, man, I saw what we worked on in training. Absolutely, it went towards the field, man. I want to say to
Mm-hmm.
you, man, good job. Good night. Um, it was a really, really good performance by you. That was really good. So before we close this out, I wanna ask you a couple of questions. I'm probably gonna ask you about three questions. So my first question is to you is um, what are some of the goals that you set for yourself this year? And do you feel like after game one that you're on that path to achieve, some of those goals that you set for yourself this year?
Uh, the goals I'll set for me is like, you know, you mean like achievements or like to work on?
So let's just say, for instance, you did a closeout with your coaches last year, and you
Oh,
set some of
okay,
your goals. So
okay, okay.
what were your what some of your goals that you, and you don't have to list them all, just maybe one
Yeah, yeah,
goal
yeah, yeah.
that you set for yourself. And after game one, do you feel like you're on a path to achieving some of those goals?
Yeah, well, one is trying to be the best running back in the state.
Okay.
So I think so. I think I'm on that path. Um,
Okay.
Another one is be the top Russian leader.
Okay.
Um, and then another one is hmm, also also be like risk like my catching too. Make sure that I like secure all my catches, no drops for the season as well.
Okay.
That was another big goal. But I say those are my top three goals for the season.
That you set for yourself for a season.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so one of my next questions that I have, I'm saying I'm an ex football coach too, and now that I'm a trainer, when I was coaching, one of my number one things that I used to tell my skilled players, for you guys that are watching and don't know what skilled players are like linebackers, running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks. Those are what we call skilled players. I always tell my skilled players like, what type of relationship do you build with your interior linemen? Like, do you feel as though after training camp or during training camp, do you feel like did you feel like you built a good relationship with your linemen?
Yeah, I think our linemen, we have a good relationship. Like we're all like a team, not like one individual. If that makes sense. Like we all
Hmm.
know that without each other, without that one person, that like the lineman don't block, I can't do nothing. So like I think we all
Hmm.
like know that we all depend on each other to do what is like in order to work towards our goal to win a championship this year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then my last question to you is, and I always ask all of the younger players, like the high school players and stuff like that. I always ask them this question. Um, and you can answer this how you want to answer it. Does your social media reflect who you are as a person right now? Like if a coach is watching this and he pulls up your social media account, does it reflect who you are as a person right now, in your opinion?
I think it does, but I think I could probably be like a little more active. If that makes sense
Hmm.
because I have like a post or a few posts here and there, but it's nothing like nothing like really recent. So I could probably be a little more active on it, like post about like how the game went or like things like that. But I
Hmm.
think it does.
Okay. Um, And one of the reasons why I asked that question is because we live in a social media world, to where like a college, that's part of your recruitment. And
Yeah.
a lot of you guys don't understand that. So if you got, so let's say you got a bunch of rap videos on your
Page.
on
Uh
your
huh.
page, and is a bunch of profanity. There's
Mm.
always cursing on there. When a coach looks at that, that's part of your character. So he's
Mm.
saying, is this guy really like this?
Mm.
So I always tell you young guys, please make sure that your social media reflects who you are in real life. Um, So that's one of the number one questions I ask, man. Jordan, I want to thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you. And guys, stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot more segments like this with players doing recovery treatment as we talk to them about their game and how the game went. So remember, if Coach Mims pull up to your field, be on the lookout because you got to make sure you ball out to get that golden ticket. So until next time, please, please, guys, I want to say this before we log out. It is absolutely free to subscribe to this channel. I'm not asking you to pay $4.99, $3.99. It's free. And some of the content that we give out on this channel is really educational for a lot of you younger guys and maybe even some of you older guys that are in the game now. So I'm asking you guys, please like, subscribe, and share this page, man. We put a lot of energy and a lot of time into this page. So just show us a little bit of love. Even if you got a little bit of hate in your heart, subscribe to the page. We take it all. So thank you guys for watching In Between Sets, and we'll see you next time. Peace.